Right, so this is the LG Signature OLED G7V. It is LG's signature range for 2017. It's also got the W7 TV as well, which is known as the wallpaper TV. The reason I went for this one, because with the W7, you can only wall mount that, whereas with this, you can appreciate the thinness of the TV more because it's got a sound bar attached to the TV. There's rival TVs that also use LG displays panels from Sony, the Sony A1E. There's one from Panasonic, and then you've got like the QLED TVs from Samsung, the QF9, and also Sony have got the XBR900. So overall, the advantages of this over the other OLEDs are it supports more HDR formats. It supports HDR10, which is the open format, Dolby Vision, Technicolor HDR, HLG, which the BBC will be using for broadcasting, and it's got wide color gamut support. The TV itself has got a 10-bit color panel, which enables 1 billion colors. The difference between a 10-bit and an 8-bit panel is that an 8-bit panel, which is probably what you're watching this on, can only show a maximum of 16.1 million colors, whereas now with 4K and HDR, if you've got a TV or a panel with 10-bit, you can show 1 billion colors, which is obviously a lot more. So this is Ultra HD Premium certified, which means it meets all the specifications and this actually exceeds them. Right, so this is the accessory box you get, which includes your normal remote, which has this nice sort of aluminium look to it. And this uses two CR2032 batteries. And this is your Magic remote, which has the microphone and obviously the motion control, a bit like a Wiimote. And that uses just standard AA batteries. These are your 4 bolts that you'll be needing if you don't want to wall mount it. And if you do want to wall mount it, the clips are inside here. And here you've got your usual guarantee manuals and all that sort of stuff. This is a magnetic strip which will cover up these once you've set the stand. Now with OLED TVs, there's a certain way you have to assemble them, because otherwise you end up damaging the panel, especially this particular design, because general OLED panels go thick from about halfway, whereas this is thin all the way down to the soundbar, so you have to be a lot more careful, you don't want to bend. Right, so this is basically how you put your TV together. The box inside at the moment has got 2 styrofoam pieces at the top, and with these you take off the side panels, take the side panels off, and you slide these back into the box, which makes it more rigid. And take this off, put it into the box as well. On the other side, there's one there as well. Yeah. Now on this side, there's 2 slots, one on each side, where you can put your hand to help you lift the stand. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick this up from there at the bottom, that bit there, this here. I'm going to put it inside the stand. I'm going to lift it onto there when I say.
Onto the box?
Yeah, flat.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, lift. Got it. Onto there. Slowly, slowly. That's it. Now, get the plastic off from there. The filming spoon. Take the plastic off. Leave it. Okay. There's plastic on all over, so it's alright. Alright. So, bring the camera over. Right, so these holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, is where you're going to be putting these bolts with this Allen wrench. And when you take the stand out, you take these tapes off, and the stand has to come slightly over the edge so you can level it straight. So let me do that. 1 second. So when you put these in, make sure you don't over tighten them because you don't want to damage the panel. Just put it in so it's flush with the bottom. So you lift this like so. Right, so this here goes along the bottom and it magnetically aligns itself. This is where the bolts have gone in to the TV to keep it secure. So you know you're paying for a premium TV when you can't see any bolts whatsoever. And even if you look at the back of the TV, it's got a nice sort of maroonish bronze sort of design on the back. And that's another thing with this TV. Generally TVs come in black and silver. This TV has got like a bronzish sort of hue along the soundbar and at the back. And this is also called a picture on glass design because if you take it around the front, the OLED panel itself is bonded to this single pane of glass. That's why you get the picture on glass design. So let's get this open. So here we go. You align it at each end, and there we go. That is done. So now it's all very flush. You don't see any bolts or anything like that. You've got 4 HDMI ports, HDMI 2.B I believe, which all of them support 4K, 60 frames per second with HDR. And you've got your USB in, you've got the USB 3 port, your optical port, your Ethernet, and your satellite tuners are also here. So basically everything that you need. One downside to this TV, which to be honest is downside to all TVs now, it doesn't support 3D, but it is what it is. In the back, and I just put the TV on here. Just so you guys know, the reason why all this AV equipment is messed around on the floor and on the side, because we're waiting for the TV cabinet to come, so it's just temporary. So yeah, mind the mess, we've kind of changed everything around. So now we're going to quickly run through the startup. So here we go. So this is obviously like a computer. It takes a while for the first time you boot it up to get started. WebOS is the operating system that runs on this TV. WebOS 3.5, which pretty much everyone agrees that LG's WebOS, since it's been out, I think it's 2014 when it came out, it's the best operating system. And this particular model's got WebOS 3.5, which is also security certified to show that it's actually got some sort of firewall in it. Because I think a couple of years ago, no, actually I think it was last year, where Samsung TVs were hacked. So to kind of show that they've learned from that, LG have actually gone ahead and had their operating system certified. So this is the Beanbird setup that everyone knows and loves. It's pretty much the same from 2014. So we're going to do this with the motion remote, which kind of acts like a Wiimote. Let's get this started first. Yep, see, it's like a Wiimote, so wherever I point on the screen, that kind of comes up there. And you've got your scroll D-pad here, and your microphone button there. So language, English, country, United Kingdom. Okay. So confirm where your TV will be used. Home mode is for watching TV in a home environment. Store mode is for in-store display and promotional purposes. Okay, home mode it is. Internet to Ethernet. Make sure you have at least a 50 meg connection, and ideally if you can, connect it via Ethernet. Especially if you're going to be streaming Netflix in 4K or Amazon Prime or YouTube. So, let's do this. Okay, next. Select all. Agree. All. Agree. How do you get your TV signal? Set-top box only. So if this actually got Freeview Play built in, so if you want to use those services, you can actually tune it and have a look at the EPG and other stuff like that. But we've got SkyQ anyway, so we're not going to use that. Service area postcode. Okay.
Yay.